Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here downtown. No, correction, we're not downtown. Trying to clear my battery charger here. There we go. Okay, that's better. Make sure I have a full battery in order to conduct defense here this evening. Thank you all so very, very much for joining. Really appreciate each and every single one of you. I'm a little bit early tonight, but that's okay because we're usually late. So, glad to be here with you guys. You can see Mandalay Bay right there in front of us. Down here at the south end of the Las Vegas Strip. With, actually this is like a warehouse district right here. But, still pretty cool. I always like to start my videos out here at the south end of the Strip. I find it better to do that than the north end. But I'm very grateful for each and every single one of you being here. I could not do this without you. So thank you all so very, very much for being here and joining us on this Saturday evening here in Sin City. Starting here at the south end of the Las Vegas Strip. I wanted to show you guys one thing real quick here. Tobin actually pointed this out to me. I didn't even know this was a thing, but I wanted to point this out real quick before we head over to the Strip. There's a shopping cart. What's that doing over there? And apologies for the sun. It will be gone here in just a moment. We have a warehouse district over here on the left. And this is Post Road, named for Post Malone. Just kidding. And this is Ensworth Road. And they have security over here patrolling this area. But this is what I wanted to point out right here. And so they have an event going on right here today, which I think is pretty cool. And check this out. So this is the Shelby American Museum right here. Really, really cool. They have all these different Mustangs and stuff out here, which I find very cool. A whole Mustang. There's a Fox body Mustang right there. But really, really cool stuff. You have, that tag is called Black Betty on that Mustang there. That's pretty cool. And they've got someone on a megaphone there saying something. But, wanted to start the video out here at the Shelby Museum where they're doing this car show. I didn't even know that they were doing this out here today, this evening. You can see all the Mustangs over here lined up on the left. Very cool stuff. And it looks like some of them are trying to get out of here now, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Love seeing the car clubs. And these guys have that big stick. Do any of you know what that big stick on the back windshield is for? Is that to connect to the overhead when you go 88 miles an hour so you can hit right when the lightning bolt strikes the clock tower? So you can go future in time again? Saw that on quite a few of those vehicles. There's a lime green Mustang coming at us. That's pretty cool. Definitely wanted to try that to start the video out there. That was something that Tobin had pointed out to me. Very grateful for Tobin and his contributions to our community here on YouTube. So we make a left here and head over towards the Las Vegas Strip on this Saturday evening at 5:40-ish here. There is the airport over there directly in front of us, off to the left. And also the home of Janet Airlines. If you're unfamiliar with Janet Airlines, Google it and prepare to be wowed and amazed. It's pretty fascinating stuff. There is the Strip, looking at it here from Sunset Road towards the north, where we will be heading in just a moment. There's a little spur railroad line here that heads out to where it used to be the Basic Magnesium plant out here. And now heading northbound on the world famous Las Vegas Strip. Oh, whoa, that was like someone's clothing on the road there. So now, coming up on the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, airport over here off to our right. 8th busiest in the country, they say, which makes sense because there's a lot of air traffic in and out of that facility. Of course, the rich folks, they have their terminal right over here on the right. The executive terminal, it's called, right in here at McCarran Field. Well, they don't call it McCarran anymore, but this is the little mini terminal for all the rich folks. Cinnamon and Jupiter, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Let's take a look at some of the tour helicopters. These are the helicopters that'll take you out to like the Grand Canyon, or they'll do the night strip flight. As well as Signature Aviation right here. So again, this is where you come if you're Taylor Swift or Madonna or Usher or one of those people, and you fly your private jet here to wherever it is you're going, and that's it. That's the life. And then all you have to do is just drive right up there to the Strip. You don't have to go through all the nonsense the rest of us regular common folks have to go through, right? We all have to go around Paradise Road over to Tropicana and then all the way over, and hope that the taxis aren't long hauling you, even though nowadays they do flat rate. But I have heard stories about them still trying to jack the rates up, even with the flat rate. They'll tell them, oh, there's an accident. It's going to take you forever to get there. I can take you a faster route, but it's going to cost you a little bit more. I've seen those stories online. There is the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign right there in the median in front of us. The Harley-Davidson motorcycles here in Las Vegas on the right there, as well as the Pinball Hall of Fame. Eddie Griffin being advertised there. And Tao Beach. And this is the Deuce right here, the bus that you see here on the right. This costs $8 for a 24-hour pass, and it'll take you in between the Strip and Fremont Street, if that is your desire. I think it's 20 bucks for a 3-day pass or something like that. I don't know. You'll have to look it up online. I know it's $8 because they put that on the fronts of the buses and stuff. So that's a pretty good deal. $4 each way. You're not going to find that in an Uber, that's for sure. This is Dewey right here. I'm going to make a right onto Dewey Drive and show you guys this. So I noticed these things driving by. There is, I'm guessing, because last time everyone said this was a C-17 right there in front of us. So check that out. That's pretty cool. It says Anchorage up on the top of the tail there. But that's really cool, I think. So we'll back up here for a moment. This guy in the truck's probably wondering what I'm doing. And then there's this 737 over here that has no real markings on it. And actually, Cinnamon and Jupiter, if you would please, could you run that tail number for me? N as in November, 702, that's appropriate. F as in Foxtrot. I'm really curious to see whose plane that is. It looks like a 737, and it's parked here quite a bit. And then you have Omega Tanker over here, it says. Omega Tanker, right there. Which looks like no, it's got 4 engines. Huh. It's interesting. I don't know what kind that is. Joseph, welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. Apologies, I have to get the dirt out of the battery thingy there to help it charge correctly. It's not charging the way that it should. Cinnamon and sugar. Fertitta, there it is. The Fertittas. All right. So they are a very well-known family here around town. Wow. Yeah, they own the community center, but then they also own like a whole bunch of stuff in this town. And they're actually out there, I think they're out there on Billionaires Row. After the Golden Knights, yes. Absolutely. What was it, 5-1, I think they won? And there is that C-17. That's pretty cool. They probably requested that tail number, right? N702F. Look at the back of that building. Yeeks. That's right across the street from Mandalay Bay. Back here. I'm going to try and get back up here out of the sunlight. And put you guys there for a sec while we make this right-hand turn. Apologies, I'll just wait for the Suburban, and there we go. F for Fertitta, that's right. That makes sense. Michael, welcome. Went to overtime. Very cool. Michael, welcome. Thank you for being here. Tobin, welcome. Thank you guys so much. So I want to please ask that you guys like and subscribe to Cinnamon and Sugar. I'm sorry, well, I keep doing that. Cinnamon and Jupiter. Brand new channel operated by my beautiful wife. She's into astrology and spirituality, and even if that's not something that you're into, maybe perhaps you might know someone who's into it, and you could recommend it to them to please like and subscribe to it. That would be awesome. And as well as Michael. Michael does a terrific drone channel here in Vegas, does sunrise and sunset drone videos, including plane spotting and the elusive Janet Airlines. If you're unfamiliar with Janet Airlines, do a quick Google search. I prepare to be wowed and amazed. He also does some great videos of like Gold Butte here in Nevada and some other natural attractions that would be too difficult for me to try and hike, that's for sure. There's Cartzilla. I've never seen it in person. I've heard about it, but there it is. Cartzilla right there. Looks like a big shopping cart. And they do tours up and down the strip. Yeah, so please do. Absolutely, Cinnamon. There's Zooks. Zooks is owned, I think Amazon owns Zooks, right? Isn't that Amazon that owns Zooks? And then Waymo. And so I read that California is going to lay down a whole bunch of new regulations on top of all the